Hey, good morning, folks. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Weekend forecast continues to change. For some of you, it continues to change for the better, as in dry conditions. And for some of you, it continues to change for the worst, as in dry conditions. Now, at my house, it is getting bone dry. We have not had a decent rain probably in 2 weeks around the Saginaw area. So I know there's a lot of graduation parties, there's a lot of weddings this weekend, but there's also only one thing that Mother Nature can do properly, and that is give a good rain, and it looks like that is not going to be in the offing in most places now. Everything is trending dramatically to the south. Hey, good morning, Fred Reif. Let's get to it, and if you have any questions, just rifle them away, all right? So here is the current radar. Good morning, Tim. And I will tell you that in this kind of pattern, the models don't do exactly a great job, and meteorologists don't either sometimes. So we'll just have to play it by ear because there's clumps of thunder showers. And what happens is when these thunderstorms get going, they change the environment, and then the next run of all of our data has that new environment. But as you can see, it's dry across Michigan right now, and we'll get into the weekend. Ordering sun and fun for Houghton Lake, please. You know, again, it's not a total washout weekend. I don't know that it's a total sunny weekend, and it's definitely not a blazing hot weekend. But it's pretty comfortable if you like 70s to maybe near 80 degrees. Here's the computer model that I think is working the best now. And we're into this afternoon. Along the southern border, you'll have clouds, maybe a shower. We're into this evening, and everything kind of shows maybe a little lobe of showers coming up into the southwest corner. But look at Ann Arbor. Look at Detroit, look at Saginaw, Flint, Bay City, look at Grand Rapids, look at the rest of Michigan, dry. And remember, we were expecting an area of rain to come across southern lower during the morning tomorrow. MIS, Hare Johnson, is looking better too because everything is looking drier, okay? And so we're into Saturday evening. Again, maybe some showers along the southwest coast. We're into Saturday night. We're into Sunday. How's Bear Lake looking? I'm assuming you're talking about the Bear Lake here, but I think we have several Bear Lakes in Michigan. And it looks dry. This is Sunday evening. And I think a good way to put this all in a nutshell is, what does the weekend rainfall look like? Dramatically different. Remember yesterday I was showing you down in the southern third of the state about an inch or more of rain and then rapidly tapering off. Now that has shifted all to the south, and most of Michigan is going to have a dry weekend. Temperatures today in the mid to upper 70s north, 79 in Gaylord and 76 at Mackinac Island, 76 across the UP. Yes, Kathy Beatty, it's all over the place. Yes, it is. Now that means a couple of things, okay? When you have a forecast that's all over the place, it means that the rain is probably not going to be substantial, and it's not going to last long. So what it means is you can't rule out, you can't say it's going to be an entirely dry weekend. I can't say it's going to be an entirely dry weekend every location. But I can also say if you get the surprise rain, it's 2 or 3 hours of some showers. We do need the rain in many spots. Now, Tim Collins is asking about how the Look, let's get into that here in a moment for you, because that is another big important factor on the weekend. And by the way, when I do my weekend forecast, I look at temperatures, I look at rain, and I look at wind, because I know we have a lot of boaters around Michigan. Okay, let me go to the temperatures for the weekend. High temperatures. All right, here's after today's 80 to 85, we'll call it. Rob Robinson, what model was that you were showing? I was showing you the GFS. It is actually still running the best. Remember, the European all late week had the heavy rain up in here. The GFS was down in here, and then they all shifted south. The GFS shifted less. Brian says, nice job changing the weather. I don't change the weather. You know who does. Okay, so Saturday, looking for temperatures in the upper 70s to about 80. Nice weather, but it's just not roast yourself on a sandbar type weather is what I'm saying. This is Sunday, and again, about 79-ish is a very common temperature. Let's look at the wind for some folks, and then I'll summarize the weekend for you. Let's look at today's wind, because, hey, let's face it, a lot of people get to start their weekend on Friday. This is this evening, northeasterly and easterly winds. So if you're going to be on Saginaw Bay, it's probably going to be a little bit on the bouncy side. If you're going to be on Lake Michigan, it's probably not too bad. Lake Huron, probably pretty bouncy too. Tomorrow morning, notice the coloring means the speeds. So you're a fairly light wind, under 10 miles an hour, certainly. Evie says, good weather for free fishing weekend. Yes, I do think it is, generally, compared to what we could have. This is tomorrow evening. We continue the easterly wind. That usually funnels some stronger winds on Saginaw Bay, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Sparky, any rain in Baldwin this weekend? Probably not. Maybe an hour or two of showers, but that is about it. And then we're into Sunday on wind. Again, east-southeast, a little bit stronger, but not super windy. Probably 10 to 17 mile an hour winds. All right, so let's give you the weekend forecast in a nutshell. Today is a dry day except for the southwestern part of lower Michigan. Today is a pretty nice day with highs about 80, maybe 82 to 84-ish as you get to Ann Arbor, Detroit. The rain for the weekend, missing 90% of Michigan now to the south, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio. So tomorrow is off and on clouds. The farther south you go, the more clouds. The farther north, more sun. And temperatures, we'll call it 75 to 80 degrees. What about the afternoon in Detroit on Saturday? Just that. More clouds and sun, probably 75 to 80. Maybe an hour shower, but not very likely. Gary Buck, how much rain for Jackson? Jackson, if you got a quarter to a half inch this weekend, you should consider yourself lucky or unlucky, but I would say it's probably going to be less than a quarter of an inch. And on Sunday, we got a mix of sun and clouds, and again, about 75 to 80. So nothing really one way or the other this weekend, which guess what? It means that it turns out to be a very comfortable summer weekend. Have yourselves a great weekend. Thanks for joining me on your morning MLive weather update. Thanks for all the great questions. And I will see you on Monday. If we have some showers tomorrow, I'll probably try to give you an update in the morning, let you know what's going on with this kind of fickle weather pattern. And of course, always check the website, mlive.com, for updates.